if you're going to look at compare like examples, take a look at literally a powerlifter versus a bodybuilder. Some bodybuilders have more and larger amounts of muscle tissue, right? But say you take like think of Sebastian Oro, for example. I don't know if you've seen his legs, but they might be staunch in real life. I don't know, on Instagram. Maybe it's because he's standing around like other people that just have like that are more staunch than him. But his legs don't look massively like impressive, but yet he can squat 400 kilos. You know what I mean? So this guy is just incredibly strong. Doesn't have as much muscle tissue as comparison to somebody that has larger amounts of muscle tissue, but isn't quite as strong as them. So they're what do you think about that? I'm curious what your...
I think I just want to quickly clarify something. You're right, but just also because we mentioned Sebastian and some powerlifters, we've got to almost separate equipped lifters for now, because that's almost like a different subcategory. As knee wraps in a sense are almost like fake quads. So in a weird way, it's like part of the quad scenario. You know what I mean? So, but it's not the whole thing. So I'm not discrediting the whole thing, because there's a good chance even without the wraps, Sebastian will be stronger than someone with bigger legs anyway. So I'm not trying to chuck out your whole argument, but there's different parts. So then you could argue, well, if we're still in the muscle sense of things, because usually he's flexing his quads, how do his glutes and lower back look compared to these other not as strong squads? Maybe he's more developed there. Maybe he does, but then maybe it's like all the other categories, in terms of his neurological technique gap is just so much smaller than the others. Like he's capitalized on every part of recruiting your muscle, incorporating the technique with it, and everything that's involved in that to make it better. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Thank you for watching the Forge podcast. If you enjoyed it, we'd love for you to subscribe. If you want to find out more about us, check the description. And as always, thank you for listening.